welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a long time since I've recorded, since I've taken out the camera, and I have been doing a lot of surfing and I have a lot of life updates, but I wanted to start off by addressing a few things. I started this channel as a literal lifeline of hope to myself, that I could not give up on myself or my dreams, and it's actually taken me so far. My goal with surfing that I set myself was to catch a tube before I was 30. I've turned 27 since my last video, and the goal, while I think it is so important to have goals to keep us driven and give us a sense of direction, I do love the saying, shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars and land on the moon. And I don't mind if I never get barreled or catch a tube, truly. I would like to, and I would like to have gotten to a serious level of standard for myself before I ever have children, pretty much, if I ever do. I also want to discuss my surfing in the language of the masculine and the feminine. The masculine being the action, goal-orientated, and the feminine being the creation and the flow and the spontaneity and the adventure. And I've always struggled with balancing the two. I'm either black or white. There's no grey area. And when I was studying to be a psychotherapist, that was one of the main things I learned, was that a human being's main struggle is actually to sit in the grey area of life, the uncertainty, the unknown. And I think that is actually a place that I've arrived at, and I'm really happy to say that I feel quite whole and not so compartmentalized. I just feel whole and complete, and that I can be quite centered no matter where I am. And I love that the channel has carried me to a place in my life, and by me believing in myself, little girl in my bedroom with a camera, and I love documenting my journey. I love documenting surfing. I absolutely love surf documentaries. I don't follow competitive sport at all. I don't follow competitive surfing either, but I do follow kind of free surfers and creative surfers. And I just love the journey and the path and the surf films and movies. And when I was younger, all I did was make movies, and creativity was something that was so natural to me, and recording with a camera was so natural. And I made a lot of movies, like really shit, stupid movies with friends, and I was directing and starring in them, and they were just for no other reason. Before social media existed, we were kids. We were doing this for no other reason than to just the shits and giggles and fun. Creativity is playing with magic. Whatever you're about to create does not exist yet, and you are the one in creating, in birthing something new into the world. And if we're too stuck in the physical, the routine, the mundane, we never get to do that or see that or explore what could be, and what, it's so important. And I'm committing to live in Ireland for the foreseeable. And I actually nearly feel emotional about saying that, because I was at war with this country for all the pain and the trauma. We're still, we're kind of post-colonialism in this country, and there's a huge famine that our nation went through, and we're still sitting in the grief of that, and I don't think any of us have fully processed it. And I think creativity is the medicine for that, and self-expression, and shame is just riddled in our bones in this country, and the more you can express and be yourself and do things like this, the more permission you give other people to do the same as well. And committing to Ireland, getting better at making movies, understanding a bit more about filmmaking, and staying consistent with my surfing. And I'm so lucky and blessed that I'm living with and around some of my best friends that are also surfers, and I'm having so much fun in the water in Ireland. I also just got back from Indonesia. I was in Bali for 3 weeks in April, and Australia for a week. And I always like to go away for my birthday because I know it can bring up uncomfortable emotions for me, and this was the first year that I actually was in Ireland for my birthday in a long time, and well, in about 2 years. I still had some difficult emotions to work through, but I was able to face myself, and I think that's been a big part of what I've discovered about myself through this channel. You know, the deep need I had to live through a fantasy, a virtual reality, and I was fully aware of that, and, you know, thinking about the creativity and the process of the next vlog and the next surf trip, and even if I was like in the pissing rain in December surfing, I was like, you know, this is part of a process. This is to hold the vision and trust and believe, as opposed to some other times in the past where I felt a huge emptiness in my chest sometimes when I would surf, and it just wasn't the feeling that surfing would give me. And I've been doing a lot more work and looking into my other passion project and brand that I have set up called the Sisterhood Collective, and this is all about well-being for women and healing through sisterhood, even the magic of sisterhood. And I believe that I've been through so much, and I'm starting to take on more one-on-one clients and help people heal from their trauma and move forward as well, and live a life that they are inspired by and happy in and fulfilled with, and is full of joy and fulfillment. I feel really confident in my ability to do that, and I'm still on the journey myself, juggling and wearing lots of different hats. I have my Portugal surf and yoga retreat coming up this June, and I'm so excited for that. And yeah, I'm really excited for the future, to see what I do and what I create and who I become and the people I meet and the adventures I go on, and to see how my surfing progresses. But this channel is not a lifeline for me anymore, and I'm really happy to say that, and it's a beautiful passion, a different modality of creativity, and something I want to get more serious about, and that is where the masculine comes in. I have just been free-flowing through life for the last few years, rebelling against any sort of structure or discipline, routine, and it served me up to a certain point, but there are things I want to achieve and accomplish and do. You know, my surfing journey has really taught me that. I've had to face myself over and over again, and I realised that so much of my blocks come down to me avoiding. I'll do anything not to face myself and my struggles. So getting in the water, being present with myself, we're forced into the present moment when we surf, has been super healing. And I have arrived at a place in my life I didn't know if I'd ever get to, with this integrated feeling of wholeness. And I'm really excited to lean on my masculine side more and know that I can hold myself and I can do the things I say I'm going to do. And I really liked that I got time away from the channel and from recording. When I went to Bali in Australia, I just didn't want to record it, and I really wanted to take a step back and reassess and focus on what just give myself a break. I needed a break, I really needed a break, and I got a break. I also got to surf a lot, sometimes 2 times a day. I had an amazing time and met some amazing people, and I also had a difficult time and went through some difficult things, but that is life. And yeah, I'm really excited to be documenting the beauty of life and improving my skills and growing up, because I'm 27 years old and I'm very happy to be that age. I feel ready for more responsibility in my life, and I feel relieved to feel as whole and complete as I do at this age. I have been through hell and back, and that has been a gift, because I've been forced to look at all my shit and empty out the school bag, clean off all the dirt and shit, and put everything back together in a beautiful way, lighten the load. And yeah, it feels beautiful, and I feel privileged. I feel really privileged that I am getting to live my dream every single day. And I know not everyone is in that place, not just because of the world that we live in and the wars that are going on, but because of the wars in their minds and the traps that they, the cages they entrap themselves in, from their parents, from society, and from whoever. So I want to play my part in helping other people to feel free, be an inspiration to others, and remember that it's your life and it gets to be fun, but you have to try. And just like surfing, you gotta get wet, you gotta get in the water. If you want to improve surfing, you have to do it and stop making YouTube videos about it and get in the water. So yeah, I'm glad to say over the last 2 months I haven't recorded, and I've surfed more than I probably have all year while I've been making this channel, so that's great, and that's an achievement. I'm out walking in nature every single day. I'm back meditating, which I haven't been doing my transcendental meditation practice, TM, which I did for the last 7 years, but I gave it up in the last 1.5 years. And that's been really grounding and centering, and I'm back doing consistent yoga and deepening my knowledge of yoga and deepening my teaching practice and my personal practice. And I'm reading again, I'm listening to audiobooks and reading books as well, and I'm connecting more to plants as well. That's one of my biggest things for this year, is how much I want to connect to plants and learn about the native wildflowers in Ireland, learn about herbalism, naturopathy and plant medicine. And I'm so excited to dive into that world and just adopt the pace of nature and go slow and to nurture and be nurtured by life. And I'm excited to study more about plants as well. And I also went on my shamanic weekend learning about the shaman's journey, and I held a shamanic drumming workshop and cacao ceremony, so it felt really, the weekend after, so it felt really beautiful to be introducing plant medicine with shamanic work as well, which is deeply aligned to my soul purpose as well, and the healing that I do and offer to others. So yeah, lots of beautiful things are happening in my life, and I'm very grateful for them all. And yeah, I'm hoping to take you on some adventures over the coming weeks and months, and hopefully you'll get to see some of my surf progress, and hopefully I'll upgrade get a new camera, a whole list of goals. That's it. Lots and lots of love.